Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a film review of Stuffings, a comedy horror film. It came out in 2021. The rating is 16 plus. It's an hour and 18 minutes. Amazon doesn't have a rating for some weird reason, and IMDb has a rating of 4.6. These synopses are both the same, so I'm just reading the Amazon one. A self-obsessed social media celebrity couple camp out on the Adelaide Hills on Christmas Eve only to stumble onto a community hiding a secret tradition to protect the 25th of December. So the director is Matthew J. Wilkinson, and he also directed How Not to Make a Horror Film. The producer is Stephen Robinson, who didn't produce anything else, and the music was David Paul Saunders, who again didn't do music for anything else. Now the cast, obviously I'll pick the main ones again. We have Kathleen Halligan, Halligan, who was Beck, and she was in Crime at a Funeral. Daniel Moody, who was Andy, who was in The Rover of Tobruk. Isabel Robinson, who was Hannah, and she wasn't in anything else. Georgia Williams, who was Carla, and who was in The Reality of Humanity, a series. And I'm going to try and say, or maybe I'll spell it, Ognen Trisic, Trisic, who was The Myth, and he was in Joanne Spirit Guide and the series. It was filmed in Adelaide, South Australia, and that's about as far as it is. Now, obviously it's an Australian film. I don't know about these until I watch the film, because I don't tend to read the synopsis when I start these things. There's a quote at the beginning, and then there's the audio. I say audio because there's literally a black screen, and for about 2 minutes you've just got this woman and this guy talking, but you don't know what's going on. At first I thought, hang on a minute, is my Amazon playing up on me? Because I've got no footage, no images or anything, but I had the quote at the beginning, so I knew there was something going on. It's weird that there was literally some kind of live lottery numbers for the residents, and they're not happy when they win. So I don't know what that was when I was watching it. I mean, obviously I know now when I've watched the film, but at the beginning you're like, what the hell's going on here? And this was all before the title of the film. Then the film title popped in, and I thought, oh my goodness me. So these are the two of the famous influencers, YouTube, etc., and they record everything. I'm assuming this is what they are like. I don't know. But they literally record everything, no matter what it is. It's actually quite funny because they're filming a sponsor video, because they're on the camera 24/7. It's quite funny watching them recording this sponsor video. For myself, I'm not really into these kind of things, but I don't have a webcam type thing. I don't know. It doesn't do all for me. Watching them doesn't do all for me either. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the film. So they've met a few Santa scarecrows, we'll call them. So obviously they've met these, and they're really quick. I mean, you see it on the image that I'm showing you here. That's not really one of the scarecrows. It's think of a scarecrow with straw. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But as Santa. So they're getting ready to camp, right? So Beck and Andy are there, and sort of Beck says to Andy, says, "Did you bring the gas stove?" And he looks kind of confused and says, "What?" And she says, "The gas stove I asked you to get 2 days ago." And he went, "No, what do I want all them for?" And he went, "To cook our food." I thought, yeah, you can keep recording yourself all the time, but real world stuff doesn't seem to matter. Yeah, but it is literally like they're so good at getting likes and subs, and this is all they talk about all the time. But everyday life, there was loads of bits and bats they're just no good at. They don't know how to react when they're not with a phone or a camera in front of them, which obviously seems to happen a lot these days. But I did like this. There was a quote. I like my quotes in films. So Beck basically cracked, and it, and said basically what most people who don't watch the influencers think. So I don't watch influencers. I hate people. I'm just jumping sideways, but it's weird when people just say that they just watch somebody who goes and says, right, I'm going here to eat this food, la la la. Go here, it's the best place in the world. Sponsor, 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 money, 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 money. Go here, yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, I'm wearing this clothing. What do you think? I'm going over here. It's like, my God, for those people just watching it, go out and do your own thing. Don't record it, just do it. You know what I mean? You don't have to watch somebody doing. Obviously, if they're going on holiday, it's quite nice. But you can go outside yourself. There is, a chance to walk. Anyway, so they're in the hills, right? Andy's surfing away looking for ideas. In the middle of nowhere, he's on his laptop. So Beck just flips and she says, I'm right here, Andy. And he went, yeah, I can see that. And she says, no, you don't. I'm tired of this. I'm so sick of the world seeing every little thing that I do. But where are you, Andy? This is our life. Every week another subscriber, another video, and another bell button to click. And I thought, yeah. And then he says, well, I thought you loved all this. She says, I thought so too, but I was sold on an image. I was just following the herd. I thought it was normal, but this feels like insanity. I'm stuck on a machine. I thought, yep. Now, obviously, I do my gaming channel, obviously, mostly for me. But I don't, all I record is games. But the people who literally recording, because the thing is, I'm just jumping sideways, with these, when you've got the millions of subscribers or the views or whatever it is, you've got to keep going. You can't just stop, because then they'll all bugger off. So you've got to keep doing new things. You've got to keep going to new places. You've got to keep spending more of your own money to try to get more subscribers to vote for your stuff. So you've got to keep going and going and going. And it's just like, my God. It's like a full-time job in a full-time job. Twice. Jesus. Anyway, there you go. Again, it was quite funny listening to that. The Santas dotted around like a kind of weird, but I actually see why people have them. It explains again in the film, but it's weird when you watch them. You think, what the hell are these doing here? I did see a killing at first, and then I saw another one that was pretty strong considering who it was. You don't see these in blockbuster films. The reason why I'm trying to say this is I've watched other films. I can't remember what the hell it was. Was it The Prey? I don't know. But basically, you tend to have not taboos as such, but you tend not to go there. Like you won't see certain films taboos. I mean, killing of certain people of a certain age or a certain type of person or whatever it is, if it's a disabled person or anything like that. The blockbusters won't do that because that's bad. Can't do that. With Tom Cruise and all that lot. Whereas the indie films don't give a shit because it's real life. That's what happens. Maybe not this, but you know what I mean. Audio is kind of weird though. So it only happened, I would say about 3/4 into the film, as it were. I think it was 3/4. I don't know. I didn't really look at the time, but I was listening to the voices, and one of them sounded kind of hollow, like they were talking in a cave, like ooh, like that. And then the other person sounded completely fine, even though they were literally both stood next to each other talking. And then there was a conversation with another couple of people, and it sounded like they were actually talking in water, because blah, 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 blah. My God. It's an interesting ending though. If you watch, they put the images of the cast at the end, which is quite nice. So in actual images as opposed to just the names. And stay for the credits, because after the end credits with the music that nearly blows your eardrums out, unless you're not listening to it on the headphones like I was, which is kind of like punkish stuff. If you like punk, you're probably okay with it. But it is very, very in your face or in your ears. But the outtakes are on, and I thought that was quite good. It's quite fun watching the outtakes, especially considering we see the main guy without wearing his mask, which I've obviously put in the images. But But it's an interesting film. I understood it later on in, you know, what it was actually about. You don't understand what it's for. But the horror scenes, well, there's only a couple, but they're good. Acting was okay. Audio just let it down. So I'll give it a 4.5. Again, like it was at 4.6. So yeah. Apparently only 92 people have reviewed it in IMDb. So that's probably why it's not on Amazon reviews. But there you go. So yeah, I kind of, do I recommend it? I don't know. It's a weird film. It's a weird film. Once you get, obviously you can tell that by the image. But yeah, it is what it is. You know, there are some comical bits. The laptop one was quite funny in a way, and the other ones with the water. But yeah, it was okay. It's okay. Anyway, like I say, hopefully you've enjoyed watching and listening to this film review of Stuffings. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty of film reviews. I don't normally go off on a tangent, obviously, all the time, but this was quite interesting to give a different feedback for somebody who doesn't watch the influencers. Like I say, you might do. You might love them and think, oh, this is awesome. I like watching this person doing whatever it is, buttering some toast, instead of you actually, I don't know, buttering some toast. So some people like that, but hey ho. I mean, some people must like just watching videos of gamers. Anywho, like I say, give me your thumbs up. Give me your comments in the comment box below if you've watched this film. If you're one of the 92 that reviewed it. Okay, well, thank you and goodbye.